Hey, fifth graders. I hope that you guys are doing well. So this is your 8th lesson, and this is group 1. So we're going to continue in our book and do one of our band songs that's in the book, Sightread, that new one, and start with a warm-up. All right? Here we go. So like last week, I'm going to try to not talk too much. So let's just get right into playing. So first thing, check your instrument, make sure it's together correctly. Check your hand position. Let's always just make sure we're holding our instruments correctly. All right, make sure we're sitting up nice and tall, feet are on the ground, always sitting straight forward, all right, with your head straight. And you're always gonna make sure you're bringing your instrument to your head. Don't just hold your instrument out and then try to awkwardly bring your head down to your instrument, right? Everyone's instrument is different, so everyone's gonna have to hold it a little differently, but you got to make sure you always still have really good posture when you're playing. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. We're going to just do our concert B flat scale first with whole notes. And 1, 2, ready, and awesome. All right, so for today's warm-up in the book, I actually want to introduce to you a new warm-up page. You've done a little bit of it occasionally, but I want us to do a lot more with it because it's a neat new warm-up that just kind of expands on what we've already been working on. So please turn in your book to page 51. Page 51, in the very, very back of your book. At the top of the page, it says Scales and Technique. And then it's going to say Concert B flat major. And then it's going to show the scale, all right? So I wrote on this a little bit, just using it in some of my flute lessons at school. But we're going to start with this scale, and we're going to play the whole thing. This is obviously the scale we just played, all right, concert B flat. However, this is with a half note first and then quarter notes, half note at the top, quarter notes back down, whole note, and then it does this thing right here. This is called an arpeggio. It's a fancy Italian word. Arpeggio, it just means it's like outlining the scale you just played. So it's like the first note of the scale, the third note, the fifth note, the top note, and then it does the same thing back down. The fifth, the third, and the bottom note, the first note. Okay, so let's start with that one, and we're going to do it with our metronome. All right, so metronome is going to be set for 90. Remember, you're practicing with metronomes, all right? You don't have to play every single song or do every warm-up with the metronome, but I want you to, every time you practice, use the metronome for something. You can use the metronome for everything. That's awesome, too. But definitely find something that you can try using the metronome with, and at least one time, every time you practice, use the metronome. Okay, here we go. This is set for 90. All right, from the beginning, together, scale all the way through. And 1, 2, ready, and awesome. Cool. So make sure you're tonguing every single note. All right. Nice, clean tonguing for everything. I'll pause that. All right. Nice. So now let's look down to the next one underneath scale. It says scale in thirds. Now, we talked about this when we started working on that warm up on page 16, the second one, warm up number 2 that we've been doing. All right. The beginning of that warm up is called a scale in thirds. Now, I want to show you the entire scale in thirds. So this is our concert B flat major scale in thirds right here. So it's on this same page, page 51. Underneath scale, it says scale in thirds, and that's what we're going to play. If you would like to, please pause the video, go through that first slowly. If this is your first time playing it, please go through it slowly, work out all those notes, and then when you're ready, we're going to play it together with the metronome at 90. It's pretty fast, all right? So make sure you practice it first without the metronome, figure out what notes they are, work them out, focus just on little chunks, and then put it all together, okay? So scale in thirds with metronome set at 90. All right, let's give it a try. Tonguing every single note. Here we go, sitting up tall. And 1, 2, ready, and... Awesome. So guys, notice it steps one step higher than your highest note of your concert B flat scale. So make sure you know what note that is. You might need to look it up in your book. Now, if you need to look it up, you just turn a couple pages back and you have your entire fingering chart. All right, every instrument on the very last page of your book has a fingering chart. Find the note that you don't know, if you don't know it, and look it up. Figure out how you play it, all right? And then put it into that song, okay? Awesome. That is a really good exercise to do. Start it. You can even use your metronome and start it slower. Go to like 75 and try it at that speed, all right? And then gradually try to do it faster, all right? And eventually see if you can do it at this 90 tempo that we just did it at. All right, awesome. Cool. So that was a good warm-up. Let's now... please open our book to page 19. Page 19. I want you to take a look at number 3.9. I'm going to grab my trumpet. 3.9. Oh, it's right here. All right. Here we go. Page 19, 3.9. So I know that we did this one last time. We're going to just go straight through it, and then we're going to learn a new note on the next one down. All right, so 3.9, Royal Scepter. So you probably practiced this last week, so this is just going to be a review. We're going to go straight through it. Remember, we talked about key signature. For most of you, there is a new key signature. They're just drawing your attention to it. It's been in your music. It's been in your band music. So just be aware of what that key signature is. And some of you might not have it in your book that says key signature. I know trumpets do. It says 3.9 Royal Scepter, key signature in blue, and has an arrow. Oh, man, I'm talking too much again. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Number 3.9, Royal Scepter, straight through it. Watch where your breath marks are. Watch where your new low note is, and make sure you play it correctly. Can you just hold that new note? Look back at 3.8 Canyons. It has the new note. Can you just play that note and hold it? Good, it's a nice low note. Oh, relax your jaw to play it. Here we go, Royal Scepter. Remember, that new note is used in this song. Usually, in the past, like the song before, 3.8 Canyons, it had a flat sign or maybe a natural sign written next to the note. They are now putting all those flats or naturals, they put it all in the key signature, right? So natural just means like what it's normally. For some of you, you're used to sharps, and so now having a natural, it's like just canceling out the sharp, okay? But for the Royal Scepter, this song for like trumpets and low brass, you have a new flat in there, right? So make sure we're playing the correct notes, Here we go, 3.9 Royal Scepter from the beginning. And 1, 2, ready, and... Good, guys, we're going to try something. I want to play the first two measures. and then I want you to repeat me. So I'll play the first two measures, then you're going to play the first two measures. I'll play the next two measures, then you play the next two measures, okay? So I'm going to actually set my metronome. All right? I'll play the first two measures. You're going to echo me. All right? Echo me on those two measures. Here we go. Royal Scepter beginning. 1, 2, ready, and... Your turn. Good. Stop right there. Sorry, I messed up a few things in there, a few little notes. But anyway, hopefully you were able to hear the new notes. I did play those ones right. Those new notes, and make sure you are also playing them correctly through there. Okay? Awesome. Guys, let's go down to 3.10. Things are looking up. Let's start with that one. It's got another new note. All right. So this is the same note as, back at 3.8, it's the same name note, except 3.8, that introduces the low version of that note, right? Sounds like this. And now here at 3.10, it's using the same one, but it's the high version of it. Guys, everybody play that new note. Figure out what your fingers have to do by looking in your book at 3.10. All right, here we go. Play that high new note. Awesome. So for all of you, that's nothing that is, it's not your highest note. You already can play higher, all right? But make sure nice and firm using your tongue, all right, to get that sound out, to get up to those high notes, okay? Here we go. Let's check out Things Are Looking Up. We'll play it one time a little slower, and then there's two dots at the end, meaning we do what? We repeat. All right, so we'll play it through one time. I'll stop you, and then we'll repeat it faster, okay? So notice where the new note is. Notice your time signature. Let's give it a try. Notice your key signature. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, and... Good, stop right there. Awesome. So notice how they have that key signature so they don't have to put flats next to all of your notes anymore. All right? This is for some of you. Some of you, it doesn't apply quite yet. But like trumpets, clarinets, trombone, baritone, tuba, flute, they've taken all the flats out of the music and they have put them at the very beginning next to your time signature, right? That's where your key signature is. All right, so you have to remember you still have all those flats. So you have to play them still. All right, here we go. One more time faster. 1, 2, ready, and... Awesome, cool. So guys, the rest of this page, page 19, we're going to do those 3 songs next week because it introduces a new rhythm, and I want to have a little more time to kind of talk about it. All right, so we're going to keep going, and we're going to sight read a new band song. Can you guys go to page 17? 17, I'm going to grab my trombone. So page 17, this song is called Fanfare for a Winter Celebration. All right, so you got to remember, this is meant for probably like a winter concert, but this will still be a fun song for us to sight read. Okay, so we're going to play through it together now. I'll play the trombone part, and you'll play your part, but I highly recommend after you've practiced it, this week open up Smart Music and play this song with Smart Music. All the songs on these pages, you definitely should play with Smart Music because you're going to actually get to hear on Smart Music all the other instrument parts that go along with it. This is like a full band song. That's why it says full band next to fanfare for a winter celebration. All right. So this is the top of page 17, 2.28. We are going to sight read. I'll yell out measure numbers. Take a look at your time signature. Take a look at your key signature. Take a look at your dynamics and any accents in there. All right. Next, look at what notes there are. Mostly looking for what the highest notes are and what the lowest notes are, so you're ready for them. All right? Cool. Let's give it a try. I'll play the trombone part. You play your part. And then some point this week, look this up on Smart Music. Here we go. From the beginning. And 1, 2, ready, and... Here's 19 and... Awesome. All right, guys, hopefully you were able to play that through with me and stay with me. Remember, if there was any spots that you slowed down or felt yourself hesitating on, those are the spots to focus on, so work on those first. Go into Smart Music and try it with that. Remember, on Smart Music, you can always change your tempo, so make it slower at first, and then eventually try it at the speed, once you're ready for it, try it at the speed that it's meant to be at, which is probably quite a bit faster than what I just played that at, all right? So, give it a try, get out those instruments and play. Hope you guys are doing well. We miss you, and remember, Wednesdays at 11 o'clock is our full band Google Meet, so please join us. We love seeing you guys there, and we'll see you soon. All right, bye.